Hey, so can everybody hear me all right? So, how are all 10 of us doing? Hi, Karen. Okay, so Saturday, everybody's getting off work, we're going out. So we'll go ahead and start this. I don't mind having a small crowd to begin with. Hi, Reed. So what are we all vaping on tonight? Hi, Misty Vapor. Hey, Shane, how's it going? Oh, Karen, Monkey Heart from Vapor Renew. Spacesuit Surprise. Hey, Kyle. I agree. Let's have a good show. Johnson's Creek. I am baking some DIY and RY4 mix. Good stuff. So what's on the agenda? Yeah. Well, first off, I guess I'll tell you a little bit about me. Um, Father, husband, vapor. My wife and I have been vaping on and off, mostly off, for 5 years. So we've been around somewhat for quite a while. Ree, you can't hear me? Is anybody else having trouble hearing me? Is everybody else able to hear me all right? Well, let me see if I can fix that. Okay, is that any better? Alright, cool. I'll see if I can do something else here in a little bit. But we've been vaping on and off for about 5 years, and mostly off. And we finally decided to quit analogs completely back in March. And we went and picked up a couple of ego kits, heard the story 1,000 times, and it worked. Hey, Jelly, how's it going? Yeah. Um, so, We jumped into it head first in March, and here we are a few months later, happy to be off of analog. Very happy. Today is you, Fran P. Today is you and Dharma's anniversary. Well, happy anniversary. Hey, Pocono Joe, how's it going? Volume got low again. Huh. Bear with me, I'll try to figure out what's going on here. Let me see. Alright, is that any better? It'd be alright if we can get past these audio problems. Thank you, Fran. Eight months today for Shane. Awesome. Way to go. Keep it up. How do I like doing the show? Well, 7 minutes in, got some audio bugs to work through, but other than that, everything's great. I'm digging it so far. So, I guess I'll talk a little bit about the show now. First portion of the show is going to be somewhat vaping news related, back and forth between me and you, and it's going to be very opinionated. So there's your disclaimer there. Let me get my notes out here. So I don't know if any of you have heard this, but I was digging through the internet a couple of days ago, and I ran across a story that in 2011, the Prevention Need Assessment did a study on underage kids that have tried electronic cigarettes, and that 1 in 20 had tried them in Utah. So, and then a couple of years later, this year, they say that 69% of those kids who started out trying electronic cigarettes have now moved on to analog cigarettes. Yay. I don't know what's y'all's take on it, honestly. It's just, to me it sounds like a bunch of garbage. I agree with Fran. I bet more of them smoke pot, more than likely. I mean, there's so many different studies going around. Some of them for electronic cigarettes, some of them against, and we're always going to have people attacking our community. And the best thing we can do is meet it head on and check places like CASA and do what we can as vapors for our community to bluntly just beat back the bullshit. So, I agree with Shane. Bullshit. Bless you. Bless you again. Allergy problems here. So yeah, if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm Riff Raff Vapor. My name is Eamon, as some of you know. Let's see. Reed, you still can't hear. Dang it. Okay, put a 1 in the room if you can hear me well. Yeah, Karen, my great-grandfather's name was Eamon. As a matter of fact, we share the first, middle, and last name. So, Ree, the one, somebody let Ree know what the 1 was for. I feel so bad. Sorry, I keep having to adjust how I'm sitting here. But yeah, this study out of Utah, there were so many holes in the story and in the reports that came out, and honestly, it looked like just a lot of it looked like a lot of bashing to the community. Basically, it's just another instance of us having this what we could definitely call a public health breakthrough being treated as a public health risk. But to each their own, and whenever we need to step up and address something, we do, because we have a great community. It's not anymore. That's fine. Sorry, talking about kiddos. One of them's wanting to go do something. We're in the middle of cooking, and yeah, regular life here. So, Karen, what are you vaping on tonight? Monkey fart. That's right, from Vapor Renew. I think I still have some of that floating around here, as a matter of fact. Enforcement will not stop teenagers from trying things in line with whether it be analog drugs, etc. I totally agree with Pocono Joe. It's just a fact of life, growing up. Part of growing up is experimenting with things. And it just so happens that electronic cigarettes are one of those things that they're going to experiment with. Not saying I agree with it, because I don't. I totally agree with the 18 and over, but it's going to happen. Fran, that is awesome. Your husband has COPD, and 4 months into vaping, he's not using half the meds that he has. Doing a lot better. That's great to hear. Yardbird, how's it going? Appreciate you coming in, brother. Friend, I know quite a few people who would say that they're juice horse too. Nothing wrong with it. Thank you, Dharma. I appreciate that. I'll admit, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. First show, kind of got the jitters a little bit, but I'm settling in, kind of trying to figure out which notes are which before I go spouting off something that's supposed to be for later on. But who here has heard the story about the woman who was riding in the car with her husband? They were on their way to the airport. She was charging her electronic cigarette battery, and it exploded. Jelly Roll prickly pear is really good. Yardbird heard something about it. Sharon lost. Yeah, she's afraid to get back in the car. So apparently, yeah, I think I agree with which one. Sounds like she's looking for a quick payoff. Um, a woman and her husband, they're suing Vape Sticks after her rechargeable battery caught fire. They were on their way to the airport when her husband thought that he smelled fingernail polish. Well, first off, I've smelled a battery that's about to vent and then a battery that has vented, and it doesn't smell like fingernail polish to me. It was nowhere close. He looked at his wife's charging battery and noticed that it was dripping. She tried to unscrew it, and it shot fire out of the end of it and then exploded onto her dress. And her dress caught fire, and I don't know why, but in the story it says somehow she burnt her ass. If you're riding in a car, unless she was trying to crawl out the window when it exploded, I don't see how it burnt her ass, but apparently it did. Her husband put out the fire by pouring his coffee onto his wife. I agree with my wife. That's probably what burnt her ass. But, I agree with Dharma. It doesn't make a lot of sense. She should be sitting on her ass. That's a good point that my wife just brought up. I wonder how long the e-cig was in the car charging before they hopped in and took off. Did she plug it in? There's so many different variables. Did she plug it in when they got in the car? Was it in there earlier? Exactly what kind of battery? Was it the right charger for that battery? And there's so many different variables that can go into it. So, this does sound like somebody that's trying to make a quick buck, because she did apparently get on the news, and there sounded like there was a little bit of bashing going on during her interview. So, and if you haven't noticed, there is the parental advisory thing over there. Language may get a little colorful from now and then. So, we do have a couple of giveaways that we'll do tonight. One of them's from the awesome people at the Vapor Hut, and got one to do for just tonight from Hot Rod Vapors. So we'll get more into that here after a while. DC charging or AC charging can be quite different. Yes, they can, Yardbird. You plug the wrong thing into the wrong charger and you're asking for trouble. Exactly, darn. There's a lot of us that wouldn't tell anybody. One of our hosts on here is pretty notorious for venting batteries. Yeah, and Fran's right. Somebody did sue McDonald's over hot coffee. That's always befuddled me. You know, it's the whole, it's coffee, you should know it's hot. But, guess some people just aren't as smart as others. Alright, Joey, we will be here. I see that Greg and James have popped in the room. How are y'all doing tonight? Fran, does it not taste too good? Karen, I am vaping a RY4 mix that I put together. Actually, that a friend showed me or gave me a recipe. So, anybody got plans for their weekend coming up here? I am using my K101 with a ERA clone on top. Fran is going to have a barbecue. That sounds good. Tonight we are having tacos for dinner. Well, Yard, enjoy your last day off of, well, what's left of it. Have fun mixing up juice. Church and yard work tomorrow. See, the fun part of the weekend's already over. Yeah, Sharon, you know, I thought that I'd be the same way. I was kind of shy to vape tobacco juices, but they've turned out to be some of my favorite juices. So here in about 5 minutes, we'll do a giveaway and talk a little bit more about all these things that have been going on. How many people here have How many people here have checked out the Casal website before? And how many have not? See, me and Yard have similar tastes. Love tobacco flavors. Other juices, really good. Oh, no worries, Greg. No, I had asked how many people here have been to the Casal website. Shane, I would say that, but I'd probably get in trouble. Yes, I am, PMS. Hey, Truck Stops, you popped in. How you doing tonight? Brand 1 and Ego set up. Congratulations, that's awesome. So, let's see here. Alright. We got 21 people in the room right now. Let's go ahead and do our first giveaway. This giveaway is going to be from... Let me get my information here. Hot Rod Vapors. It's going to be for one 30 ml bottle of juice and a vapor towel. So, wait until I put the start in the room. We're going to go 1 through 25. And go. And like I said, this will be for one 30 ml bottle of juice and a vapor towel. Thank you very much, PMer. A vapor towel. VAPOR. Vapor towel. And I'm getting ready to put the stop in the room, so if you haven't got your numbers in, please go ahead and do that. A vapor towel is just a little cloth towel for you to clean up any juice spills or get any juice on your fingers. And here comes the stop. 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Let's see what we get. Thank you, Pharaoh, for putting the link up. Thank you, PMer. Alright, lucky number 7. Let's see who won. I see Vaping Bear with a 7. Which one was a 7? So let me go through these one more time just to make sure. So looks like we have a juice off between Which One and Vaping Bear. It'll be 1 through 10. Wait until I put the start in the room. So, Which One and Vaping Bear? 1 through 10. Waiting on Vaping Bear. There we go. Vaping Bear with a 5. Which One with a 1? Let's see who got it. 3. Really, guys? On the first night, this is how we're going to do this? Alright, so let's do it again. One through 10, one more time. Vaping Bear, and Which One? Yeah, double juice off. Are you sure which one? Awesome. Nice tip. Thank you very much. Vaping Bear, I am going to send you a PM with my email address, and go to hotrodvapor.com, pick out your 30 ml bottle of juice, and shoot me an email. Oh, that's right, you're pipping to Fran P. So, Fran P is going to get the PM. Alright, friends, I sent you my email address. Hop over there if you can, and pick out your juice and send me an email, and you'll get your 30 ml bottle of juice and vapor towel in the mail as soon as possible. Please allow up to 4 weeks for delivery of your winnings. Alright, now that we got that over with, really don't have a whole lot to talk about tonight. Hey Black Widow, how's it going? Here in a little bit, in about a little less than an hour and a half, we'll have hot juice in your mouth with Amazon coming up. Okay. Just informed by my wife that it may get loud for a minute, so apologize ahead of time. Thank you very much, PMer, and I will be sure to let you know. Alright, Misty, we'll be here. So yeah, you know, when it comes to oh, never done? I'm sorry. They were in a juice off whenever you tossed your 5 in there. We had already rolled, and they had tied, and they were in the middle of the juice off. But yeah, a lot of the time, electronic cigarettes, and especially the juice, is being attacked lately. You know, it's being treated as a lot of people are calling it a public health risk. And, you know, I don't know if it just comes down to people just not understanding, or just having to find something to bitch about, but there's so many other things out there that are a bigger health risk to the public, and I don't know why people are wasting their time on attacking vaping in general, honestly. But, you know, yeah, there will probably be some regulations come into play, and I'm, you know, totally fine to work within the guidelines of the regulations as long as they are reasonable. You know, there's a lot of people are scared about, you know, the nicotine liquid becoming unavailable for whatever reason. Excuse me. And if that's the case, I know a lot of people that would go to vaping zero nic juice without a problem. You know, me and my wife both are vaping 6 milligram juice right now, and if we weren't able to get nicotine liquid any longer, we'd just go down to zero nic. So, yeah, welcome back, Misty. There goes the noise. So, let's see here. We got quite a few more viewers now than whenever I first asked this question. So, if you've already answered me, don't worry about it. But, what are we vaping on tonight? Okay, wait a minute. I missed something. Whose mailbox got stolen? Sorry, wife was grating up cheese. E6 Vapors Primo on my SVD. Nice, Black Widow. Sounds good. Rhonda's vaping bubblegum. RY4 with Ken. I love RY4 Ken. Boba's Bounty. That's Vaping Bear. That's one that I've always wanted to try and have yet to try it yet. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get my hands on some. Chocolate Mint from Mount Baker Vapor. Wizard Brew number 2. DIY Tribeca. That sounds really good, Yardbird. Yep, Taco Night, Dharma. That's what we're having tonight. Vamo V3, Agate T2, Sigelli number 8, the RSST, Ego Twist for the Dripper, which that sounds like a pretty good setup. Mine and 2 of my neighbors. Just, you know, I've heard of kids coming by and bashing mailboxes with you know, baseball bats or putting fireworks in mailboxes, but I've never heard of anybody having their mailboxes stolen. That really sucks. Misty, that sounds really good. Sour apple. Okay, is anybody hearing music at all? Nope, don't hear any. Just staticky, well, kinda. Alright, let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get some of these bugs worked out. Okay, can anybody hear music now? Okay, Fran, let me send that to you real quick. There you go, Fran. Alrighty. That works for me, PMer. Appreciate that. But, night, Kim. See you later. Thanks for coming out. Fran's a headbanger. The music I'm playing is too mellow for her. Sorry. I'm sure it'll change to something different. No, I don't think I have any Slayer in the playlist tonight, Fran. Sorry. I could try to throw some in next time, though, for you. Is anybody else getting any bad static? Let me see. See if I can figure this out. Hey Meridian, how you doing? Thanks for bearing with me, everybody, through the sound problems and all of that. I'll see what I can do about getting it fixed by next week, and hopefully we'll have it better by then. So, you doing all right tonight, Meridian? Thank you very much, PMer. Yeah, I tried hard. I really did. Sorry, Ree. Thanks for coming out, though. I appreciate it. So, has anybody ran into anybody lately that to where you had a problem vaping anywhere? Ran into any trouble? People telling you can't vape here, you can't vape in here. Yes, Karen. I DIY quite a bit whenever I can. This last week I've been pretty busy putting together a few different juices. Very nice. Which one? That's one of my questions that I always had is how many people have vaped like inside hospitals. They asked you to stop outside the movie theater, Meridian? I know I really haven't run into too much trouble here in Oklahoma. But, I mean, you know, you always get funny looks from people who don't know what it is, or, you know, sometimes they're just curious. Sometimes they know what it is and they just want to be an ass about it. You know, Sharon, my doctor was the same way. I told him that I had quit and started vaping, and he was excited about it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, Dharma. especially if you got like a low ohm vapor who is blowing great big clouds of vape right in front of you in the movie theater. Yes, Karen, thank you very much. I found that it's a lot cheaper to rebuild coils than it is to go buy them. So I've rebuilt my wife's mini VVs, Kanger, not the Pro Tank, the EVODs. Rebuilt the EVODs. Haven't got to try the Pro Tank yet. Yeah, my wife got a mini VV from AKA Vapors, and I rebuilt that for her. Love my little ERA dripper. That depends, Karen. If you blow vape out your nose, it depends. I've seen people blow it out their nose, and you know it hit a table or something and bounced right back up. Everybody like my gigantic cup? I really appreciate all y'all coming out and hanging out with me tonight. This has been pretty fun. Dharma stealth vapes everywhere. I got this little thing for free in the mail the other day. Not expecting it to push out much vapor at all, and it still doesn't push out very much, and it kind of tastes kind of funky, but thank you, Dharma. I appreciate that. You're welcome, Shane. Thank you. Yeah. 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 Uh-huh. Yes. The other one. Sorry, my wife was in here getting my dinner order. You know, Black Widow, I had that same issue with the old C4 that I had. Sometimes it just, you know, I've never really cranked down on anything that I've had because I've always been afraid that it was gonna, you know, push in the center pin or let me see. Fran, let me see here. Thank you very much, PMer. I'm glad to help you out there. There you go. Fran, I put it in the room. That's my personal email address. Yeah, like Yardbird said, you know, you crank it down too much, you could strip it, and I was always scared I was going to push the center pin in. And I think I still have, yeah, I still have my little CE4 here. Thank you. Yeah, that was one thing that I learned really quick. Thank you, Yard, for bringing that up. Is I clean this little piece out on my ego all the time. Matter of fact, it looks like it needs to be cleaned right now. Misty, yeah, I watched your video and just keep it up. You know, you did a good job. Fran, are you putting the @gmail.com after the 24? Karen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if she did topless reviews, she would get quite a few viewers. No, Fran, don't give up. Let me see here. I'm gonna PM you my email address and try to copy and paste it. Is that all right, Fran? Thank you, Misty. Let me see here. Let me open up and see if I can... Yeah. Which one? I got that email, and Fran, I got your email too. So yeah, Fran, I have your email here, ready to be sent off. No, thank you, Fran. Appreciate you being here. So I'll have everything down a little bit better. Time management for next week. First hour is going to be about calls to action from Kasa and recent stories from the vaping world, news stories. And then the second half of the show is, question and answer, just basically a bullshit session, just hanging out, having fun. And yes, which one? Thank you for sending me the test email. And thank you, Fran, for sticking with it and getting that email sent off. I appreciate it. Which one? You have a question. What's your question? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? What she said. My wife answered. You probably couldn't hear her, but she said, what was that? As much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Exactly. Fran. All the wood he could chuck. Exactly. See, and every time I hear something like that, it reminds me of this thing my mom used to say whenever I was growing up. It was just a tongue twister, and it was I had an uncle from Arkansas. His name's Esau. He had a saw that could outsaw any saw I ever saw. You saw a saw that could outsaw. Esau saw. You saw more than I ever saw. So, every time I hear that, it reminds me of that one. A skunk sat on a stump. The skunk thought the stump stunk, and the skunk thought the stump stunk. Damn it. Exactly. See, y'all are just trying to get me tongue-tied on my first show. That's not fair. Didn't try to read yours. I'm a fig plucker. I pluck figs. Yeah. You're trying to get me. No. I'm a fig plucker. I pluck figs. Not a pig fucker. A fig plucker. We are all adults here, or at least we should be. And we got the little parental advisory, explicit content up there. Dharma with her puppeteer, white girl beatbox going on. MR ducks, MR not SO. Black Widow, that one almost made my eyes cross. Greg says that he is so fucking we pa did. Sofa King. Huh? Wife says she likes being the Sofa King. But wait, wouldn't that make you the queen? Alright, let's see here. Yardbird. I'm a fig plucker. Fig plucker me. I pluck those figs so naturally. If you are a fig plucker, you'll agree that I'm a fig plucker. Fig plucker me. My wife's name is Sarah, by the way, and Sarah. Misty Vapor says hi.
Hi!
I don't know if you heard her or not, she said hi.
I don't do cameras, but hi! Did they hear you?
Yeah. I'm sure she'll be in the room here in a little bit. She says as soon as she gets done stuffing her face. Which one says hi, Miss Riff? Karen says hi. Oh no, they can hear you.
Oh,
okay. She's making fun of me because I'm not eating my dinner. I was telling them that you were picking on me because I wasn't eating yet. Quotation from Singing in the Rain. Moses supposes his toeses are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Moses, he knows his toeses aren't roses, as Moses supposes his toes to be. She's like pointing at my plate and telling me that I have to eat.
he has to eat. Eat.
I will be a good boy and do what I'm told.
If everybody else can eat, you can eat.
No, witch, you can't have my tacos.
I didn't mind. Why do you want to sit over here?
Because I had to keep the kids from getting into it.
Here.
Thank you. Yeah, I know, Yardbird, right? Gotta listen to the wife.
I haven't had one date since I've been home. That's bullshit.
Not my fault.
I've been home for
Nope. No doghouse needed. I'm eating now. Artichokes. You know, I want to say that I'm not a big fan of artichokes, but I haven't tried artichokes since I was like 7. I'm not 100% positive right now.
I'm gonna go to bed and okay?
Pocono Joe, you didn't miss a lot. You missed a lot of me trying to say a whole bunch of tongue twisters. And my wife getting on to me for not eating, so now I'm eating. You know, I found out I love I like asparagus, but my wife doesn't. So, go ahead.
Is that a reason?
Yeah, because it was kind of loud. Still getting in trouble. Biscuits with pork roast and gravy. Vaping Bear has it down tonight. That sounds good. No worries, Pocono Joe. I'm just glad you're still here hanging out with us. We will have our last giveaway of the show here in about 10 minutes. So, my wife says y'all are lucky for getting to play for this one because it's from her favorite store and they make some of her favorite juice. I wonder if Greg's still in the room. Greg, are you still around? Yes, Karen. The Vapor Hut is a local store. It's where we went and bought our kits whenever we first started vaping back this time. And we really enjoy it there. Great people. It's a fun environment, really helpful, really nice people. Yes, sir. Greg is still here. Awesome. Haven't heard anything from James yet. I see him in the room, but he might be busy. So yeah, the Vapor Hut we're probably about 35 minutes away, and even though there was some stores that were closer, we still chose to go there. They were just our favorite place to go. And then whenever we had the big tornado that came through Moore, Oklahoma a couple of months ago, the store got blown away. They have a couple other stores spread out through the state, but they're in the process of rebuilding right now, and we're looking forward to them getting back up and running.
Benny! What's up, brother? Vincent, I've been trying to get a hold of you today. Alright, Greg, we'll catch you here in a little bit, brother. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. Oh, friend, you're in Atoka. That's awesome. I know where that is. Yes, PMer. That's exactly why. Sharon from Cole, Oklahoma. Awesome. It's nice to have other Okies in here with me tonight. Thank you very much, PMer. No, Vinny. I already did it. Yeah, Vin. Thank you for your enthusiasm, though. I've had a great time hanging out with y'all tonight. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Fran, and congratulations on the win. Have a good night, Fran. Thank you very much, which one? I appreciate it. And Yardbird too. Thank you for all the encouragement. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel great. Yep, here in about 5 minutes we'll have a really cool giveaway from the Vapor Hut, which I can't say enough good things about the Vapor Hut. They're just great people all around. Any questions that you have, I've had people sit me down on a couch in their store and just talk to me for 45 minutes about, you know, any questions that I needed answered. Just sit down and help me figure it all out. I am Pocono Joe. Very much more relaxed now. Kind of got those first show jitters out of the way, and now I'm just kind of kick back having fun. I agree with Sharon. Love Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma, but I don't like the weather. Dharma, the Vapor Hut is one of my local stores that we have here in Oklahoma, and they are, I'm pretty sure, the second oldest vapor shop here in the state, and it's my absolute favorite brick and mortar store to go to. There's Twisted Vapor popping in the room. Hi, Twisted, how you doing? Yeah, I'm being a smart ass. It's fun. Hour and a half from Memphis, and I heard they put Amazon. Speaking of Amazon, here in about 30 minutes, we'll have her popping up here with hot juice in your mouth. Always look forward to watching her show. It's always a good one. You know, I think she might be in trouble, though, because she told me last week that she would definitely be here. Yeah, I do. That's one thing I do feel fortunate about living in Oklahoma, vapor-wise, is there is no shortage of brick and mortar stores. They are all over the place, and there's a new one popping up all the time. That's not necessarily a good thing, though, but we do have some good ones. So, who's ready to do a giveaway from the Vapor Hut? Karen's ready. Alright, let's see here. The Vapor Hut will be giving away a sample pack of juice. And this sample pack is 5 10 milliliter bottles. So, that is a pretty awesome giveaway. 50 mils of juice. Can't beat that. I'm telling you, they're awesome people. I love the Vapor Hut. So, they do a proprietary blend, a 70-30 blend, and let's see here. Let's get this set up and do it. See how many people we got hanging out right now. We got 26 online right now. So we will go 1 through 35. And I'm about to put the start in the room, 1 through 35, for 5 10 milliliter bottle sample pack of juice from the Vapor Hut. And there's the start. Good luck. See, I say she's in trouble for not being here, and then I see her pop in the room. I see you there, Samazon. Thank you very much, Sarah, for putting that link in the room. And the Vapor Hut does ship internationally. So, Canada friendly. Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, let's see here. Make sure you get your numbers in. I'll be putting the stop in shortly. And here comes the stop here in just a couple seconds. Whoa, Black Widow, way to get it in right there at the stop. Alright, so let's see who got this. Number 6. Let's see here. Yardbird with the 4. Misty Vapor with the 4. Vaping Bear with the 7. Tiff to Dark. Hi Sam, how you doing? Nice to see you. So, it's looking like Vaping Bear with the 7. Does anybody see anything different? Tiff to Dark. So, Karen. Looks like Vaping Bear piffed to Dark Moon Dreamer. Is that right, Bear? Awesome, awesome Bear, awesome piff. Alright. Karen, I'm going to send you my email. And Sarah was nice enough to put the link into the room. Thank you, Sarah. And go check them out and pick you out 5 flavors and your nick level. And like I said before, they have a proprietary blend, 70-30. So your 5 choices and your nick level, and shoot me an email and I'll make sure to get it off to them this evening. Get this switched back over. Congratulations, Karen. That's awesome. Happy for you. Vapor spray. Yeah, never mind. Shane already handled it. It was a sample pack. 5 bottles, 5 10 ml bottles. Yeah, Karen said be right back. So, Sam is on. How are you doing today? Boom. Dropping stuff. Oh no, that's fine, Karen. You need me to give you my email again, hun? Yes, Karen, if you need any recommendations, me or Twisted, we've tried quite a few of their juices. They have one called Rumpelstiltskin. It's really good. It's like a rum and tobacco base. Yum. Yes, Karen. You get to pick your flavors. You know, Sharon, you would ask me about one of the flavors that I haven't tried. Cotton candy. But I hope you really enjoy what you get, Karen. They make some awesome juice. Yep. For having my first show, it was pretty fun. Glad you all got to come hang out with me. Still got another around about 20 minutes to go. Sit here and enjoy vaping and had to appease the wife and eat dinner before I got in trouble. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me about that. Van Applewood, that used to be my all-day vape. It is a vanilla apple tobacco. It's really, really good. Speaking of which, I think I need some Van Applewood. Cherry Oak and Wookie Cookie, those are two good ones too. Wookie Cookie is almost like a cinnamon graham cracker. Just a real slight cinnamon though. Thank you, Yardbird. I've appreciated you being here too, brother. It's been nice having all you people out here. A lot of you I consider friends. I've gotten to know quite a few of you. And now the transition into hosting is, I love it. It's fun. Now if I can just get this airplane vacuum cleaner buzzing static noise under control, then we'll all be happy. Thank you, which one? And Missy Baker. Just thank everybody. So does anybody have any vaping related questions? Thank you very much, Bird. You will always have a bird back to perch on here at my show. It doesn't even have to be any vaping related questions, just any questions in general, vaping related or not. I like Yardbird's fancy talk. Can certain flavors cause heartburn? You know, Misty, I'm not 100% sure on that. I know that I don't hardly ever have trouble with heartburn, so I'm not somebody that would know a lot about it. I've never really had any trouble with heartburn, not even with super spicy food. There you go, Meridian. High nic levels, that might do it. But certain flavors might cause heartburn. I could see it happening. Hey, Timo, how's it going? There we go, Iron Sam comes in to save the day. But yeah, just remember to like our Facebook page if you haven't done that already. I'm sure most of you already have. Go check out the website and their Facebook page. They always have great information on things that are going on around the country. Timo, you've been doing all right? I see you kind of snuck in here. And yeah, hopefully by next week I'll have all the sound issues worked out and figured out and fixed, and everything will sound a lot better. So here in about 10 minutes, we got Amazon coming up. Everybody get excited for hot juice in your mouth. I've yet to try out the cable wick. I'm still sticking with silica for now. Want to get an RSST, I think. Sam, eating. You're supposed to eat on your show, Sam. My wife made me eat right in the middle of my show. Stuffed bell peppers. Sounds good, Meridian. And now she's telling off on me in the room. At least I ate some. Timo, not a fan of hot juice in his mouth, but sure loves Amazon. Yeah. Hot juice in the mouth isn't too good, but I think for Amazon, a lot of people here would make an exception. Alright, Missy. Thanks for coming by. Enjoy your pizza. Yeah, I'm planning on doing a twisted wire coil soon. Jack and Coke, hold the Coke. Thank you very much, Shane. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming out. So we got about 5 minutes left. If anybody has any questions or want to know anything about me, I'll be happy to answer most questions. Hey Bushmaster, how's it going? If you can hear me over the jet engine noise. Karen, boxers. Yeah, Bushmaster, I had some trouble with the audio tonight. I'm going to see if I can get that fixed this week and have it sound a lot better for next show. Yeah, she would have. If I didn't answer, she would have answered. Awesome, Black Widow. Nice win. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Karen. I am very, very happy to be part of this wonderful family. Honestly, over. Miracle Whip. Not a real big fan of mayonnaise. And yeah, Twist is probably right. As always. Wife's always right. Well, I'm coming in for a landing now, Timo, so hopefully next week we won't be taking off on a jet plane. Yardbird, it's always nice to have you fly in here, bud. Alright guys, well, Sam's getting ready to come up, and thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it, and I will see you all next